Welcome to this explainer. Today, I am so excited to be stepping in as your personal financial mentor to help you navigate a truly massive milestone. We are mapping out the young professional's financial roadmap. Seriously, mastering that very first real paycheck, it's basically the ultimate cheat code to long-term success. So let's just dive right in and map this out together. I want you to ask yourself this question. You finally got your first real paycheck. Now what? Really take a second to reflect on that thrill. You log into your bank account and boom, there it is, real money. It is an incredible feeling. But right alongside that thrill is the immediate, almost overwhelming temptation to just spend it all. Suddenly, that nicer apartment, a brand new car, endless dinners out with friends, they all feel entirely within your reach. But before you tap that debit card, we really need to talk about the reality of where all that temptation leads if we aren't careful. Because here is a staggering reality check. According to MoneyLion, 65% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Just let that sink in for a moment. 65%. That means the vast majority of people, completely regardless of their actual income level, are literally one missed paycheck away from a severe financial crisis. It's honestly a bit shocking when you really think about it. As your mentor, my absolute number one goal today is to make sure you do not fall into that 65%. And to avoid that cycle, we have got to establish strong, resilient habits right out of the gate, and the best way to do that? With a solid plan. To keep you out of that trap, we need a baseline strategy. Enter the 50-30-20 rule, which is highlighted perfectly in the LSU Financial Guide. It is a wonderfully simple math-like blueprint to categorize your monthly spending. The sheer beauty of this rule is that it builds a rock-solid financial foundation, completely without the stress of rigid, miserable penny pinching. You basically just allocate 50% of your income to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% to your savings. It gives your money clear guardrails while still allowing you to actually enjoy the fruits of your hard work. Now, to make this rule actually work in the real world, the LSU Guide makes a absolutely crucial distinction between true survival needs and lifestyle wants. Your needs are things like rent, basic groceries, transportation, and tuition. Your wants are dining out, that fancy gym membership, your hobbies, and all those streaming subscriptions. As a young professional, you have to be brutally honest with yourself here. Sure, that premium gym membership might feel like a fundamental human need, but structurally, it's a want. Nailing this distinction right off the bat is the very first step to truly mastering your cash flow. I want you to remember this fantastic piece of mentor wisdom from Texas Regional Bank. Saving is supposed to be a habit, not a struggle. We really need to completely reframe how you look at saving money. It absolutely should not feel like a painful, agonizing sacrifice at the end of every single month. Instead, it needs to be a seamless, automated background process in your life. If you are constantly straining your financial health just to put away a certain amount, well, then you probably need to revisit that 50-30-20 budget and make some adjustments. So, how do you make it a seamless background process? You put it on autopilot. Here are the exact steps to do just that. Step 1, figure out the extra money you can comfortably save based on your new budget. Step 2, set up an automatic transfer from your checking directly to your savings. Step 3, and this is the best part, forget about it. Seriously, that's the secret sauce. By setting up automatic transfers, you shift the burden entirely away from relying on your own daily willpower. You aren't physically moving the money yourself, which totally keeps you from second-guessing the transfer when you suddenly see a pair of shoes you want on sale. Now look, if you're staring at that 20% savings slice and feeling totally overwhelmed, just take a breath. Start small. Financial experts always talk about building this massive 3 to 6 month emergency fund, which, yes, is the ultimate goal. But as Texas Regional Bank points out, that can feel like an unobtainable mountain when you're just starting out. So let's relieve that pressure right now. Just aim to save enough to cover 2 weeks of pay first. Set up a highly achievable auto transfer, even if it's just $25 or $50 a paycheck. Start small, build the foundation, and just let momentum take over. All right, let's do a quick check-in. Where is your money actually going? Because here's the thing. Even with a great budget and automated savings, there are dangerous financial traps out there uniquely designed to secretly drain a young professional's wealth. We've built up a great offense for you. Now we really need to build your defense. Let's pivot for a second and look at the common mistakes that can completely derail all of this progress. Let's talk about the most common debt traps out there, compiling some great insights from CPABC and Texas Regional Bank. Number 1, relying on credit cards for emergencies. Number 2, paying only the minimum balance. And number 3, ignoring emergency savings entirely. I have to warn you about the dual threat happening here. If you treat a credit card like it's your emergency fund and you're only paying the minimum balance every month, you're stepping right into a trap with cripplingly high interest rates, often exceeding 19%. That balance is going to compound and snowball until it completely takes over your financial life. And the exact reason so many people fall headfirst into that credit card trap is right here. According to data from Thrivent, over 35% of Americans do not have enough cash to cover a simple $400 emergency. This perfectly illustrates why ignoring your emergency savings is so incredibly dangerous. A flat tire, a surprise medical bill, or a broken phone suddenly forces people without savings into bad debt. That $400 emergency goes straight onto a high-interest credit card, and suddenly you're paying hundreds of dollars in interest alone. Those automated savings we set up earlier, that is your absolute shield against this exact scenario. Now, let's look at another trap, one that specifically targets successful young professionals. It's called lifestyle creep. This is the habit of spending more as you earn more. basically upgrading your life every single time your paycheck upgrades. And it is a silent wealth killer. You get a raise, so naturally you lease a nicer car. You get a year-end bonus, so you move into a luxury apartment. Before you know it, you end up in this perpetual cycle of needing more and more money just to stay afloat, which completely nullifies all of your hard work. Think about the danger of this for a second. As your income rises over time, if your expenses are rising at the exact same rate right alongside it, you're in trouble. If you increase your expenses to perfectly match every single raise or promotion, the gap between what you make and what you spend never grows, and that gap represents your actual wealth and savings. So you're making more money, sure, but you are making literally zero actual financial progress. To beat lifestyle creep, remember this rule. When your income goes up, your savings rate should go up, not just your lifestyle. Now, if you're listening to this and realizing you've already fallen into a few of these traps, please take a deep breath. Consider this awesome reminder from the Chartered Professional Accountants of British Columbia. Financial wellness isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Listen, money mistakes happen to absolutely everyone. Your mentor right here has definitely made them too. The goal isn't to beat yourself up or seek some kind of flawless spreadsheet perfection. The goal is simply to be intentional moving forward. And being intentional, that really just comes down to your daily habits. Here are a few actionable microhabits you can start today to build long-term consistency. Try tracking your expenses for just 1 month. You will absolutely be shocked at what you find. Use the 24-hour rule for purchases. If you want a non-essential item, force yourself to wait 24 hours to cool off that impulse. Try planning 1 or 2 no-spend days a week. And most importantly, pay yourself first through those automated savings we talked about. It's these small daily decisions that actually build real wealth. Which brings me to my final challenge for you. What small habit are you going to automate today? Are you going to go set up that $25 transfer to a new emergency fund? Are you finally going to sit down and categorize your spending using the 50-30-20 rule? Please, don't wait for your next raise to roll around, and definitely don't wait for the perfect time. Take one immediate automated step toward your financial freedom right now. You've got the roadmap. Now it is time for you to drive. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer.